So how we are calling it as side side side. That means if AB equal to PC, sorry, AB equals to PQ, then BC is equals to QR. Suppose these two sides are also equal, and AC is equals to PR. So if the all sides are equal, then again we can say that the triangles are congruent to each other. Okay, by side 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 criteria. So if all the three sides are equal, then definitely triangles are equal to each other. But remember this, if all angles are equal, all angles are equal, okay. Suppose angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, then angle A is C is equals to angle R. Then triangle ABC, it is may or may not. Okay, it is not confirmed. If all the three angles are equal, then triangles are congruent or not. Triangles may or may not be congruent. But one thing is sure, that triangles will be similar to each other. Okay, this sign is of the similarity. So don't say that this kind of criteria is there. No, there is no such criteria of angle, angle, angle. Okay, if the three angles are equal to each other, then triangles may be congruent or may not be congruent, but definitely they will be similar. So this is the fourth criteria. Last criteria, and very important one, it is right hypotenuse side. Okay, so important is this criteria is only applicable for right angle triangle. Okay, only for right angled triangle. Okay, in none of the triangle which are not right angle triangle you can use this criteria. And it is also not important that if both the triangles are right angle triangle, then only this criteria will be applicable. The thing is, this criteria is only applicable for right angle triangle. So suppose I take two right angle triangles. Okay, and suppose this is 90 and this is 90. Then how to use this RHS? Let's right angle, that means angle B is equals to angle Q. Then what is hypotenuse? That means what is the hypotenuse of this? AC, and hypotenuse of PQR is PR. AC equal to PR. Okay, so these two should be there. That means right angle are always equal to each other, but their hypotenuse also should be same. If these two conditions are there, and now what two pairs are left? Pairs left are AB equal to PQ or BC equal to QR. So either of these pairs are equal to each other. Suppose AB equal to PQ is there or BC equal to QR is there, then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR by RHS criteria. Understood? One more time I am explaining. So right, that means right angle triangle. Hypotenuse, that means their hypotenuse should be equal to each other. And remaining pair of sides, that is in this two pair of sides are left. If any of the pair of the side is equal to each other, then we can say that those triangular pairs are congruent to each other by right hypotenuse side criteria. So this, whenever you are applying this criteria in the right angle triangle for proving the congruency, you remember this. These two important, these two are compulsory, and then either of the sides should be equal to each other. Then you can use this RHS criteria. Okay, now very important term, that is CPCTC, that we will frequently use. What is the meaning of this? Corresponding parts of congruent triangle are congruent to each other. What does it mean? Suppose I have taken two triangles. Suppose I have taken these two triangles, and suppose it is given that AB equal to PQ, angle B is equal to angle Q, and BC equal to QR. Okay, suppose these three things are given, so we can easily say that these two triangles are congruent. We can write triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Which criteria? Side, angle, side. By side, angle, side. So when the two triangles are congruent to each other, if you have proved the two triangles as congruent to each other, then in that case the remaining sides, that is AC was left, what else was left? Angle A was left and angle C was left. So in the beginning I have told you there will be 6 measurements. What are those 6 measurements? AB can be equal to PQ, then BC can be equal to QR, then AC can be equal to PR, angle A can be equal to angle P, angle B can be equal to angle Q, and angle C can be equal to R. So out of these 6 things, these are given as equal to each other, B, and these 3 things are given as equal to each other. So when I prove these two triangles are equal to each other, congruent to each other, after that what happens? The remaining which are left automatically becomes equal to each other. And what we can write it as? We can write it as CPCT. That is, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent to each other. So whenever you prove two triangles as congruent to each other, then the remaining dimensions, whatever is left, whether the sides are left, whether the angles are left, those corresponding sides and corresponding angles becomes equal to each other by this criteria that is known as CPCTC. In short, we write CPCT. That is why whenever I said that two triangles are congruent to each other, so when you cover these two triangles and they completely overlap each other, that means they are congruent to each other. That is why the remaining sides becomes equal to each other. So this is all the 5 criteria of congruency that we will use to solve the questions, as well as few of the properties of the triangles that you have studied in the previous class that we will use to solve the questions. Okay, so before starting to solve the questions related to congruency, let's review few properties. So first triangle that I am going to discuss is scalene triangle. And what we all know, in scalene triangle, none of the sides are equal to each other. Then moving on to the next one, that is isosceles triangle. So remember this, in isosceles triangle, opposite sides are always equal to each other. Suppose I take AB is equal to AC. So if AB is equal to AC, then in that case angle opposite to AB is angle C and angle opposite to AC is angle B. Then these two angles are also equal to each other. Okay. So whatever are the sides which are equal to each other, angle opposite to that side is always equal to each other. Then one more important property, if you drop a perpendicular to the unequal side, okay, this is the unequal side. If you drop a perpendicular to the unequal side, then what is AD? AD is a perpendicular bisector. Okay, so this property we will frequently use. AD becomes a perpendicular bisector, that is BD equal to BC. So these two parts will be equal to each other. Remember this. Okay, and now do not get confused. Suppose if you drop a perpendicular from B to this, to the equal side, then AE is not equal to EC. Okay, it only applicable whenever you drop a perpendicular to the unequal side. In equilateral triangle, AB is equal to BC equal to AC. That means all the angles are equal to each other. And what is the measure? 60 degree. Then whether you drop a perpendicular from B to C, all the perpendiculars are the perpendicular bisector. Whatever perpendicular you drop from the vertex to the opposite side, in that case all the perpendiculars are the perpendicular bisector. That means all these segments are equal to each other. Okay, then few more important terms that we will use. Suppose this is a triangle ABC, and suppose AD is a median. So what is the meaning of median? Median is a line segment which divides the opposite side into two equal parts. That means BD is equal to BC. Suppose you draw BE as median. If BE is median, then AE will be equal to EC. Okay, and suppose if you draw one more median, CF. So the point of intersection of this median, point of intersection of median is called centroid. Okay, we have kept capital G. So this point is known as centroid. That is the point of intersection of the medians. So median means a median is a line segment which always divide the opposite sides into the two equal parts. So this is known as the median. And the point of intersection of all the three medians of a triangle is known as the centroid. So you remember this important term and this important property of the median. Then next is altitude. Altitude basically define the height of triangle. Okay, suppose this is a triangle ABC. So what is, okay, AD. So AD is an altitude. That means altitude means AD is perpendicular to BC. So whenever it is given that a line segment is an altitude to the side, that means that line segment is perpendicular to the opposite side. Suppose if I take one more altitude and if I take another altitude. So AD, BE and CF are altitudes of triangle ABC. And they are intersecting at a point. Suppose this point is O. So what is O? O is known as orthocenter. That is point of intersection of altitudes. So point of intersection of median is known as centroid, and point of intersection of altitude is known as orthocenter. And orthocenter and centroid may coincide or may not be coincide. It depends upon the type of triangle.